Oh, hi guys. That timer always goes off on my end too soon. It always ends up being fine when I'm go back and check it. But I still said I had 10 seconds to go. Oh, hi Robin. Glad you're here. Anne and Becky and Patty. Glad you guys are all here. So Robin was with me last night. Had my team meeting last night. So I've done two. Well, that one was a Zooms, but it was still live. So I've been doing a bunch of live things last couple days. Let me get this camera a little better. There we go. So I'm glad you guys are here. I wonder how the weather is where you're at. Here it's been snowing all day, but it's going to be melted really quick, I think. Especially the temperature, I think, is supposed to creep up a little bit, at least above freezing tonight, so it'll be gone by tomorrow. But yeah, we've got had for Indiana, not super early, but a little earlier than what we're used to. Let's see. So, oh, hi, Christy. How did you get a lot of snow in Indy? We didn't get a ton, but it snowed pretty good today. Hi, Crystal. It helped having it not so the ground's not so cold since we had some. Wasn't it Monday that was around not too long ago? I think Monday was actually up to 70. So yeah, that's what we get here in Indiana. I know other states do the same thing. It's crazy. Okay, well tonight is a paper pumpkin. It's my paper pumpkin alternatives. This one, the actual kit is just Christmas stockings, so you can put little gifts in it, and they're bigger than what I thought. Here, let me show you one that hasn't been. Let's see if I can get that. Oh, wrong camera. There we go. Let's see, it's having trouble filling it in the camera. You could definitely get a. Well, here, let me show you a. Well, I'll show you a card here in a minute, but it's bigger than a card. Oh yeah, definitely. So you can't get it on a card. So it's a nice size. You do fold this down to make a little border around it. But they're nice and they're made of cloth. But I wanted to show you how you can make a couple cards. I did have to add cardstock because there are no card bases with this kit. But it's easier for me to come up with cards from a kit that actually has cards in it. This one was a little harder because it's geared more for the stocking. But I got made two cards, and I'm also going to show you two different ways to do those stockings. So they're just not plain. So it's kind of cool. I think you're going to like it. Okay, let's see here. See if somebody else came on. I'm going to lift this up so I can see a little better. Oh, it's not scrolling again. Oh, there's somebody else that was on my live last night. Hi, Beth. My team meeting. And Marva. Hi, Marva. You're wishing for snow. Oh, you've got fires in your area. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know there are a lot of fires going around a bunch of different places. I know East Coast and West Coast. Praying that you don't have any problems close to your house. I'm sure you're dealing with the smoke. I know I think it was last year when Canada was having all those wildfires, we couldn't believe how bad the smoke was here in Indiana. We're not used to that. I mean, there are fires around here, of course, but nothing like West Coast and the East Coast when it gets real dry. But yeah, we could barely breathe, so I can imagine. Can't imagine what it's like if it's closer. Let's see here. Hi, I think I said hi to Anne. Let's see. Oh, did you just get yours a little bit ago, Anne? Anne was saying those are good sized stockings. They really are. I was kind of surprised. But you could definitely get a lot of different things in there. You can definitely fill up with candy and things like that. But you could get a nice little gift in there for sure. I think they're cute. Oh, hi, Pat. I'm glad you could come. Okay, well, I think I'm going to go ahead. Let's see, what do I want to start here? Let's do door prizes. Oh, I forgot to let me grab last week's. Uh, Oops. I didn't drop anything. It sounded worse than it did. I've got these little dishes over here where I put my trash and it went up against my glass mat. So that's what the crashing sound was. Nothing broke though. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch screens here. I knew I was forgetting something, and it was this. So this was from last week. So everybody that watched and did hashtag door prize during the live and the replay got put in the drawing for this. This is the cascading pleats fun fold that I did last week. The fall one and one last week. And this one is from the duck one. Something Duck Pond Lane, something like that. It's a cute set. I've had fun making all the different scenes, and that's the DSP that coordinates with it too. So I'm going to put this up. If you live in the United States and want to be part of my drawing, then make sure that you do hashtag door prize. You do have to live in the USA to be in it. Type it in just like you see at the bottom of the screen, because here tonight live, the program is the one that picks up all the comments that say hashtag door prize. If you're watching my replay, it's okay if it's not typed in just right. I'll know what you mean because I'll put your name in the wheel that you're going to see here in just a minute. But that's for everybody who wants to be in the drawing tonight, and that will be for one of the cards that I'm making here tonight. But this one is for last week. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the wheel. Oh, let me grab my Post-it notes. I usually start the wheel and forget to get my writing stuff ready because I got to write that down. So let's go to that. There we go. So now we're going to see who's going to win the card. My deck card. Oh, Myra, you almost got it. Marlene. Congratulations, Marlene. I have your address. So I will get that mailed out to you right away. So congratulations, Marlene. I mean, almost said Marva. I've got Marlene, Marva, and Myra that come to this. So I've got a few M's that come to my lives a lot. So that one was for Marlene Grout. Congratulations. Put that over to the side. Okay, so now I'm not going to show you the cards that I'm making here tonight. Those will be a surprise. I'll show you those here in just a minute. And then I'll pick one of them to be the live door prize for tonight. And then, oh wait, that one goes over here. And then the second one will be for everybody that watches the live and the replay. So I always like to make sure that my replay ladies get a chance to win a door prize too. So while you're watching here to live, make sure, got to put it up on this screen too. I forgot. Make sure you do that hashtag door prize you see there at the bottom of the screen. Type it in just like that and you'll get put in the drawing. And I will announce the winner for the live door prize here at the end of the video, live video. Replay will be, the replay and the live for the second card. I'll do the winner for that not next week because next week's Thanksgiving. So there won't be a live next week, but it'll be the following Thursday, which I think is December 5th. I looked that up. I promise you I had looked that up. I don't know that at the top of my head. I looked at it real quick to make sure I knew what date that was. So the next live will be December 5th on Thursday. It'll be the first Thursday in December. So that'll be a card class at home since it's the first Thursday. Okay, so that is it. I did want to tell you, since this is about Paper Pumpkin, if you end up liking what I did, the last couple of months, I've been doing one of my lives is a Paper Pumpkin alternative live video. That's, like I said, is what this one is. So if you like this, like, oh, I could get alternatives. If you are subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, you can. And let me go ahead on the links. I can just tell you this real quick. If you're watching on Facebook, any links that I mentioned, including subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, just click that Learn More button at the top of my Create with Christy page on Facebook, and that'll have all the links pop up for you. You'll find them there on that list after you hit the Learn More button. YouTube, go down in the video description below. You might have to click more. When you see the word description, you might just see part of the description. Click more, and then you'll see everything. I'll have all the links there that you need to know for tonight. Okay. Then I'm going to, let's see here. I said oh yes, I was going to share a picture. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Let me see if I can get this. This is going to look a little funny. We're going to have the wheel back up here for a second. I thought I quit sharing that, but I guess I didn't. Okay, so now I'm going to share something else. You know what? I'm going to get rid of that because if I share something two things, it really slows my computer down. So let's bring this up now. I usually try to do this ahead of time, but I found out if I do more than one share, it really has problems. Okay, so that's what I want to share. I'm not going to be able to make a full picture of it for some reason because it won't let me. But this will give you'll see most of it. Let's do shorts. Let me make it bigger. There we go. If you want to subscribe, you need to subscribe by December 10th to get this Notes from the Heart. And they always just give us a little teaser in the picture. And I think that is going to be really pretty. They got me with the flowers, the color schemes. I know I don't remember all the colors. I know it's got Old Olive, Blackberry Bliss, Flirty Flamingo, I think Pretty in Pink. And I know there are a couple other colors, but I can't remember what they are. But I have a feeling those are going to be gorgeous. And they are cards next month. So if you're interested in that, the subscribe button is down below in the video description or under the Learn More. But if you want to get any of my thank you gifts, which I'll tell you about that here in just a minute, which I forgot to bring over here again. I'll get used to this new format. Um, if you want to get any of my thank you gifts, you can go over to, you have to be subscribed to Paper Pumpkin first. Then you can go over to my online store and get one of the Paper Pumpkin prepaid kits, or I mean, prepaid subscriptions. Then they'll give you a code. You go back to your Paper Pumpkin account, put the prepaid code in, and you'll be all set. But you can use my host code when you do a prepaid through my online store. If that doesn't make sense, let me know. Contact me, and I'll explain it better because I'm sure I didn't do that very well. But that's what that one is all about. Okay, I am done sharing. Let's get rid of that. Now the things won't be getting choppy on me. It should work better. So that was it for Paper Pumpkin. I'm going to grab, I should have done this while we had that picture up. I'm going to grab my thank you gifts. Okay. I was so used to always doing my card class at homes every week. Now that I've changed things, I keep forgetting to bring the thank you gifts over so I can show you. I forgot to change my screen. There we go. So if you place a $50 order before shipping and tax using this host code, then you will get the kits to make 2 each of the cards, which I didn't grab those. I'll show you those here in a minute. But you get the card kits. If you do a $125 order before shipping and tax with the host code, I'll also give you the Wink of Stella, which is what I use that on the cards. And if you do $275 worth of orders in November before shipping and tax, you will also get the peppermints. And these are not available again. They became available the beginning of the week, I think. Maybe no, it was the end of last week when they came in. They were gone within a few days again. So I've still got 6 of these. So that's why I want to make sure. Yeah, that's right. I do have 6. I had to think there for a second. 6 of these left. So if I end up using all 6 for thank you gifts, then I'll substitute with something else. But I think 6 will probably be plenty for the rest of the month. So if you still want these, you can place one big $275 order. You've only got a little over a week left in November. The way I do the thank you gifts, I add up all the orders that you placed. Each individual order that's under $150, you have to use that host code you see to get in the thank you gifts. And then I add everything up and on December 1st and then order what I need. And that determines what you're going to get. So you could do a few $50, a couple $100 or whatever you want to do orders. And then with that host code, and then it'll add up to where you could possibly get all 3 of these. You could do one great big order. You could do a $275 order at once. Do not use that host code. You'll still get all these. You also get Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up. So if your individual order is $150 or more before shipping and tax, do not use the host code. You'll still get whatever thank you gifts you earn, but you'll also get the Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up. So I'll recap real quick, and then I'll go get the cards to show you what these look like in case you missed that video. And I do believe I have the link down below in the video description. I'm sure I do. And if you're on YouTube, just click on the Learn More, go to my YouTube channel, and then find the my homepage. I'll have the playlist for all my free class at home videos, and you'll find the Yuletide Village one there. So $50 order before shipping and tax with the host code, you get this. All your orders total up to $125 in November. You'll also get the Wink of Stella, and if all your orders add up to $275 before shipping and tax, you'll also get the peppermints until I run out. Like I said, I have 6 left. But that is something you would have to wait. They don't become available till the week of Christmas. So I've got the few that are available right now. Okay. Let me grab the cards real quick. This should be the last time I have to get up and go get something, but I want to make sure you see them because I know I have some people that are first timers that probably haven't seen them yet. But there are the cards. So that's what those card kits give you, enough to make 2 of each. But I love this Yuletide Village. I think it's such a cute set. It's a lot of fun. So that's what the cards look like. But you can find the video to the free, because I do the whole class for free for anybody to watch. The card kits you can get free with an order. But anybody can watch the video. And you do have to live in the United States to order from me per Stampin' Up rules. Okay, looks like some more people come on. I need to say hi. Let's see. Oh, Patty said she loved that fold. That was for that early or earlier card. Oh, hi, Paula. And Kathy, I'm going backwards. Hi, Melissa. Got a Kathy Barbera. Okay, I think I'm sure I've missed a few people here. Quite a few that came on since I looked down. Oh, hi, Dana. Glad you're here. And hi, Lisa. And oh, hi, Michelle. You haven't been on for a while. I'm glad you're back. Hi, Judy. Glad you're back too. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start with the first card. Oh, let me show you the kit first. Now, of course, I've used a lot of it, so I'm just going to show you the pictures. First, I'm going to show you this box. Usually the box is just an orange box, but they've made it all Christmassy. There's this here, but it's a cute box. You could definitely use this as a neat little gift box if you wanted to, too. But that's what the box looked like. Here are what the stockings look like. Let me get that a little closer. So it gave the kit includes enough to make all 8 of these. So it's this, and you can tell how the stockings don't have anything on them. I'm going to show you a couple neat things that you can do to make spruce them up a little bit. And with 2 cards and the stamp set, since I'm using all the stamps, I went ahead and they give you a little piece of paper that shows you what the images are. So I'll kind of move it around since they're every which way, but there's some of the greetings. There's some that way. And there we go. So that's the stamp set. And this is exclusive to the kit. Whenever you're a subscriber for Paper Pumpkin, that stamp set is only for Paper Pumpkin. You'll never see it again. So they're exclusive. It also came, and it looks like the little glue dots went somewhere on me. I'll find them later. But these were little mini dimensionals, and there were also little glue dots that you could use to put everything together. Plus, you get a little Stampin' Spot, and this one is Poppy Parade. Now, tonight, I'm going to be using my full-size Poppy Parade, but you could definitely use this if you decide to make these with your kit. Okay, I'll find those glue dots. Oh, there they are. I knew there's just a little bitty pack. That's all you need, a little thing of glue dots. So they give you the adhesive, the ink, everything you need to make your kit. And if you subscribe for the first time, they even give you a clear block in your first kit, and you hold on to that block, and you can use that one for all the stamp sets that come in future kits. It's a really good deal. Okay, so I'm going to grab this. This is my first card. And then at the end, I'll show you the 2 little neat things I did on the stockings. Now, these cards are going to go together really fast because there's not a lot of stamping. I think the ornaments are really cute, and you're going to see all the ornaments in this. There are actually 12 ornaments in the kit. So you end up having, if you only did the stockings, you would still have 4 ornaments left. Now, with me doing these cards, I probably don't have enough. I might be 1 or 2 shy to do all the stockings, but I can make do. I'll be fine. But there are those. Those are the 2 that I picked out for this card. And then I also used one of these tags. If you want to use all of these tags if you've got the kit and you want to use all the tags on your stockings, you could use a piece of Pool Party cardstock, and that'd be 1 3/4 inches by 3 1/4 inches to get the same size. Because you really don't need to have that little hole, because I'm actually going to cover that up. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get started here. And since this is not a card class at home, I will have all of these paper dimensions written on the post I'll write for this. It'll either be tomorrow or Saturday. I'm not sure which. So if you don't see it pop up tomorrow, it'll definitely pop up by Saturday. But this is a piece of Poppy Parade. It's 5.5 by 8.5, just a regular card base. So the cardstock I'm using is not in the kit. This is something I had to add to make those tags into cards. So I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to grab this piece. This is Flirty Flamingo, 4 by 5 1/4. So all these colors that I'm using are the colors that are listed in the kit. So let's see. Oh, that's right. I'm not ready to do that just yet. Let me grab this. I added some DSP. Oh, there's also a little gold topper for the ornament. I just need 1 for this card, though. So this is a piece that's 4 by 3, and it's from that Snowy Scenes designer series paper. It's the one with the houses. It's got penguins and things like that. But I'm just the candy cane side. And this is a 4 by 3 1/4 piece of shaded spruce. Let's move up here. There we go. Oh, hi, Debbie. You're good. You said you're just a little bit late. You're good. This is the very first card. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of this. Don't want to go too fast because I'm not kidding. These go together super fast since I've already got the ornaments. Those just pop out of the little sheet they come on. There's not a lot of prep work to this. And good news, if only Paper Pumpkin subscribers can get the refills, but there is a refill to this kit. So if you wanted to make, if you've used all the components in your kit already, you could get the refill. I think the refill is $12. I looked that up today too. And you get all of the stockings, the ornaments, the tags, everything except the Stampin' Spot and the stamp set. And that's it. Actually, just the stamp set and the ink that you don't get. You get everything else. They even include the adhesive again, the dimensionals and the glue dots. So there, I've got that all together because this is the same 4 inches for both of them. So I just wanted a little bit of a border on the top and bottom of this one. I'm going to go ahead and get some adhesive on here. And I'm going to put this near the top, not quite all the way. Right there. Make sure this looks straight. I'm looking at the narrower part because it's easier to tell if that's straight than this. That looks pretty good. Is there anything hanging over it? Well, a little bit, but not enough to mess with. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to grab this little asterisk type star kind of thing. It could pass for a snowflake too. I'm going to grab Flirty Flamingo. So this is the same color as the cardstock. Oh, hi, Peggy. I just saw your name pop up. Yeah, isn't that DSP cute, Kathy? I really like it too. It's got a lot of cute designs in it. So I'm going to make a border right across the top of this. I'm intentionally going off. You see, I've only got a partial of it here on the edge. Let's see if that'll, there we go. Wait till it focused. Because if you intentionally do it right on here and then start going across, it might look a little funny if this one is barely showing. So I kind of start off just to make it look like you're not trying to get them to all fit, if that makes sense. I'm just going right across with it being clear. Yes, it's stained a little bit, but I can still see through. Get my microphone up here because I can tell I'm not getting it just right. There we go. I think I might need to ink this ink pad up a little bit too. I can definitely see where I'm going with this. I'm just making, and if you wanted to too, you could do the border first because I eyeballed it and just fit. You could actually go right across the top and then put this underneath. I think that's probably what I would suggest because I had mine to look at. So I knew right where I needed to put it. And now I'm going to put a border down here. So once again, I'm going to go off the side just a little bit. That's funny. I said that one off the side, that one ended up being perfect. That's funny. Oh, well. But it doesn't matter, I guess, with this one. I'm just going all the way across. I could have used the Poppy Parade. So if you just want to use the Poppy Parade ink pad, the Stampin' Spot that's in there, you definitely could. I just wanted a faint border along here. I didn't want it to be that bright. Because you'll see the difference here in a minute because I am going to use the Poppy Parade for the greeting on here. Let's see. Peggy, you're saying, what colors are you using? This is Flirty Flamingo. And the green on this cardstock is Shaded Spruce. And then the card base is Poppy Parade. So there we go. Now I'm going to bring in my Poppy Parade. And I'm going to grab the one that says Holly Jolly. And kind of looking at comments, making sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, hi, Donna. I was missing something. Oh, thank you, Donna. She said, I'm so choked. I'm not in Arizona. She lives in Canada, and she used to have a summer home or winter home. Yeah, winter home down in Arizona. And her husband and her would come down, and then she could order from me when she was there. She can't order anymore. Thanks. She says, I'm the best SU rep. Thank you. That means a lot. Okay, I'm going to do the Holly Jolly right here. I'm just glad you can still watch the live so we can talk. Well, I talk and you type, but that's still better than nothing. Okay, so we've got this here. Now, I think that's all I'm going to stamp on this piece. Yes, it is. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the card base because I'm not going to put any ribbon across it. That's always how I know whether it's time to put it on my card base or not. I have to think and make sure I'm not going to wrap some ribbon around it. Okay. To be honest, that looks kind of cute just like that. But we want to add these ornaments on there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and grab the tag. This one is a pool party one. There's a Flirty Flamingo one, or is it Pretty in Pink? I think it is supposed to be Flirty Flamingo. I think it's actually a little lighter than that, but I think it is Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to put this about right here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that looks pretty good. Make sure it's straight though. Now I'm going to grab this ornament here. I'm going to lay it down before I do anything so you can kind of get an idea where I want it. I wanted to save some of these. I didn't want to use all of these little gold toppers, so I'd have enough to do some more stockings. So I'm actually covering up the top of this one so it doesn't need one. So that's kind of how it's going to look. I think I'm going to put that topper on first though with this ornament, just so I can tell exactly where I want to put this. So I'm going to turn this over and put some seal along this bottom scalloped edge. It's okay if it goes over where the ornament is because it's going to be sticking on the card anyway. Just kind of put it right across there. I'm using my silicone mat because I knew that I'd have some adhesive showing. That way it'll just stick on this and I can pull it right off because this adhesive comes off this so easy. Now I can see more where I want to put it. I'm going to put that kind of there, and then this one will just go right underneath. Maybe move it down a little bit more. I just kept playing around with it till it looked nice to me. That's pretty good. So I'm going to take this one, put some of my seal on there. Get that back in place. Slide that under. And I'm fine with it hanging over the edge of the tag. I kind of like that. Now I'm going to take this one, I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to put dimensionals on it. I could use the dimensionals that are in the kit, but I'm just going to grab the ones in the kit are mini ones, but I can use my full-sized ones here. That should be plenty. I could put one in the middle, but I think that's going to hold it just fine. I always use my take your pick tool. I use the paper piercer part, put it in an angle and scoop it up. For me, it's just a little easier that way. Sometimes they don't want to pop up. There we go. Put this back down again. I'm just lightly putting it down so then if I want to move it, I can. That looks good. So I'm going to push that down. And I'm grabbed a piece of, this is not in the kit. This is in addition. It's the real red and white baker's twine. It's an 8-inch piece. And I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start here on the left end. And you don't want to start in the middle because all the wrapping is going to be done with this tail here. So I just need a smaller one over here. Then wrap around. I'm sure if you're left-handed, you want to start on the right side instead. And now I'm going to play around with it. That one loop is definitely way too big. So I'm just going to bring this tail down. I intentionally made it longer piece than what I needed because my ends are never even. Wait a minute, that's pretty close. I think the one on the left's a little bit longer, but I'll be cutting those down. But I always like to have a little extra because you can always cut away some. You can't add more. So now that looks pretty good to me, I'm going to grab my glue dots. Oh, hi, Cindy. Watching from Hazen, North Dakota. Glad you're here. Oh, thanks, Cindy, for sharing. I appreciate that. The more people that watch the merrier. Helps me out too. So I'm going to put the knot of the bow right there on the glue dot. Yes, the glue dot's too big. So what I do, I just, while it's still on the paper, I kind of squeeze the glue dot to make it real thin. That makes it a lot smaller, but it's a lot easier to do it that way than pull it off the paper. Try to get my tail back in place. And then I'm going to put this right here on top of this. Bring my tail back down again. There we go. And bring in my scissors. I kind of like them being a little long, the tail. So I'm just going to tie that one. At first, I didn't add the baker's twine to it. I think it looks kind of cute like that. And then, oh, I got to do the inside of the card. Let me hurry up and do that. This is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of the basic white. I'm going to grab my Fleur de Flamingo again. And I'm going to make a little border down here. And you can just put one row. Let me just do the one row so you can see what it looks like. So I'm doing it just like I did on the front. Just going right along the bottom edge with my Fleur de Flamingo. Okay. And then I thought that was a little narrow for a border. So I'm going to kind of stamp in between, above them, but in between like that. And then I'll add another little bitty one right next to it just to finish that off so I don't have that big white space there. And then I can go across here. And I'm not fretting if it's not perfectly straight. It's hand stamped. It's not going to look perfect and nobody's really going to be able to tell if it's off a little bit. There we go. So there's my little border. That's what I did for the inside. Put some seal on here. Oh, hi, Julie. See, watch it. Oh, I hope I made sense when I made that bow. She said it made it look so easy. I've gotten a little better at doing bows. Baker's twine, I think, is a little easier, except I'll give you a little warning. Let me put this in first. It likes to twist. Sometimes that actually didn't twist on me. Sometimes this might be twisted a little bit. I just keep, as soon as I get it on there, I start pulling on it and pushing it down, and it usually behaves after a while because sometimes I'll have to mess with it after I put it on there. But I just keep playing around with it. I make sure I tie it first, and then I start adjusting my loop and make it the way I like it. Because a lot of times it doesn't look real good when I first get it done. But the Baker's twine, I think, is a little easier to tie a bow than the ribbon. Okay, so that, oh, it's not done. Wait a minute. Got the peppermints. These are the ones I said you could get free with your grand total from your November orders, $275 before shipping and tax. I'm going to put a big one. They're 3 different sizes. And I could have put a bow here for the hole in the tag, but I didn't want that. So I'm going to cover that hole up with the large. There we go. And I'm fine with that showing underneath the bow. I'm going to grab a medium-sized one. I'm going to put it down here. And then a small one, put it up here. Now it's all done. Oops, now it's all done. Now those are real red, but it looks good with the poppy. So I liked that. I liked adding those little peppermints on there. I thought they looked good. Like I said, those are not available to purchase until about the week of Christmas. Hopefully it'll come before that. But if you want them, you can do that. Look at my thank you gifts page. You find the link down in the video description on YouTube, up on the Learn More button on my Facebook page. You can find out how to get those thank you gifts. Okay, now, last card, and then I'll show you how to do those stockings different. Oh, thanks, Becky. I'm glad you liked it. Thanks, Anne. Okay, now this one I'm using a different ornament. So let me bring, so you can kind of see all of them. So there were the 2 ornaments there. So this one is shaped, well, not quite just similar to this one, but has different design in it. I think there are 4 different designs altogether, if I remember. Yeah, there are 4. That's right. They made it so you could have 2 of each for your stockings. So out of the kit, that's probably what I should have said here. Out of the kit, or the 2 ornaments, the tag, and the little gold piece. Plus, you could use your Poppy Parade Stampin' spot. But this one is just the ornament, and the little gold piece is from the kit. Everything else is cardstock that I already had on hand that I had to add to it. So this one, let me put this aside for right now. This is, the last one was Poppy Parade card base. This is Fleur de Flamingo. So these are definitely non-traditional Christmas colors. These remind me, if you guys remember I can't remember the whole name, but they were gingerbread houses. That was actually, I got to thinking about it today because these colors reminded me of those. When I made it had a DSP pack that had similar colors. And then I got to thinking, wait a minute, that was my first card class at home, I think, was that gingerbread set. I liked it so much. It was the first one I did for those. So that was probably a couple years ago. I can't believe I've been doing them that long. But this is that regular 5.5 by 8.5 folded in half. So you want the fold on top because this is going to be a tent fold. Get those scissors out of the way. And I'm going to grab a piece of Pool Party. This is 5 1/4 by 4. Now I wanted to have a border on these. I didn't want to emboss it because I'm going to emboss. Oh, I forgot to emboss a piece. I'll just do that here for you. I've got it all with me, thank goodness. So I'm going to take, I need to clean this. Grab this. They are retro colors, Michelle. You're right. They definitely are. Okay, and that seems to be the in thing nowadays. Everything's going retro. Oops, I got yucky stuff on there. Let's turn that over. I bet that came off the chamois. Okay, I'm going to grab Pool Party. So this is another ink color I'm using. So Poppy Parade was the from the kit. And the only other 2 ink pads I used for the cards are Pool Party and Flirty Flamingo. I try to use as few other products as possible for my alternatives. So I'm going to take, here, let me bring this. Oh, that's good. Making sure you can still see it. I've got my asterisk there. I'm just making like little triangles. And I don't need to do all the way around. I just, like down here, I'm just doing a border. Should have done some of this ahead of time, but this shouldn't take too long. But the reason I make little triangles, because you can see how it's a little zigzaggy, there aren't straight lines. It'd be so easy just to go all the way across. I don't want it to look like a bunch of lines. I want them to look a little more scattered. So that's why I'm doing the triangle. I'm just going all the way around. And I do suggest going all the way around and not skip around, because then you might end up coming together and not have a big enough space for your asterisk or whatever you want to call these. Go all the way around, just a neat little design. Okay. And I am going a little farther in than what I need to, because when I put this other piece on, I do not want to have plain old Pool Party showing. I want to still see that design. Almost done. I like, as you can tell, I don't do this as much as I used to. Ever since we got our die cutting machines with embossing folders, I like to do that more. But back before we had embossing folders, I would do this just to get some texture. Now I am coming to the end here, so I'm going to go on the inside and then kind of add some here at the ends, because you do end up coming together at one spot. But if you go all over the place, you might have more times that happens. So that's why I just keep going all the way around. And then at the end, I'll do an inner one and then come over here and do some edges, because they're easier to get to that way. Okay, so that is all I need to do with that one. I think I'll get all the stamping done first. I'm going to grab this piece. This is basic white, and it is 3 1/4 by 2 inches. And there's this really cute ornament. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. It has these 3 ornaments. You'll see them better when I start stamping. I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo. And this is another one that went back and forth. I could definitely have used the Poppy Parade too. So these little bows that are right along the top here, I'm going to have the bows line up on the tip top of that piece. Now I am going off the end again, so I'm only getting a partial of that one. But whenever you do that, make sure you've got some paper underneath. Now I'm not all the way to the top, but it's still going to look okay. Because I can tell that those came down a little bit, but it still looks cute. So you really only have to go across 3 times. And then I got those a little too close. Let's see if we can make this work. Oh yeah, my Merry Christmas is still going to fit there. I just put it wherever it's in between these 2 lower ones where it's going to fit. If you wanted to, you could also put the Merry Christmas in first and then stamp your ornaments. But this is with Poppy Parade. And that's going to fit just right there. So even getting a little too close, I still had room for my Merry Christmas. Okay, then on the inside, what did I do? Oh yeah. Like I said, I'm going to get all the stamping done and grab the inside. So this is 5 1/4 by 4 basic white again. Bring in my ornaments again. It is homemade DSP. You're right, Crystal. And for those of you that don't know what DSP is, that's designer series paper. Most of us know that, but there are always some new people that come on. I want to make sure they know that. So I'm this time when I do my insides, oops, you know what? I want to do that different. I forgot. You can see how you see the bows there. That's just a little too low for me. If you want the bows to show, you go ahead and do that. But I'm going to go all the way across, and I still want to have a little more room to stamp stuff on to write a sentiment inside. So I'm actually going to go to where the bows are not on the white cardstock. They're up on the grid paper. So that makes these a little bit shorter. And now I've got a little more room. But you can stamp it whichever way you want. I've got a little bit of the bow showing there. I'm okay with that. And get one little one back on there. There we go. So that's going to be the inside of my card. I think I'm going to go ahead and attach that to the inside before I forget. Bring in my card base. Oh, good, Anne. I'm glad you're loving it so far. So this is going to go right here. Yeah, I was bound and determined to make sure I made a card with the ornaments. I really like that stamp. Okay, now I need to get the die cutting machine out because I forgot to emboss this piece. I was going to do that ahead of time, but that's okay because I'm going to be showing you something. So I needed that embossing folder anyway. So I've got it all ready. So go ahead and bring this in. You usually don't see me emboss because for my card kits, I usually do it ahead of time. Now this is a 3D folder I'm using. It's the Forever Plaid. It's a big one. Let me put it this way. Let me grab the card base so you can see it's a lot bigger than the card base. And I can actually, if I wanted to emboss this 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece, I can actually get 2 of these in at a time, which is nice. But I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing this piece. This is a piece of Fleur de Flamingo. It's 4 1/4 by 3. They put these lines, see that black line right across here? That helps me be able to get this in straight. So I'm going to put it in like this. I'm going to angle it to me for a minute, and then I'll show it to you. I'm lining the edge of the cardstock with that black line. That helps me get it in really straight. You always want to put it in fold first because it helps protect your folder better that way. If you do it with the fold going in last, sometimes it starts to tear it up. So it actually is easier for it to go in first. So I'll run this through, and this is a specialty plate. So all I needed for a 3D embossing folder is the number 1, the thick plate, the platform, then your folder with the cardstock in it, and then the specialty plate. And this specialty plate does come with the machine if you don't have ours. It's called the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So take this out. And this one, because it's got all these lines, you kind of have to peel it out a little bit every once in a while. But I love that plaid. I think that is so cool. And the lines are not perfectly straight. They're not supposed to be. So it's okay that this is kind of cockeyed a little bit. So I'm going to grab my pool party piece that I already stamped. I'm going to put some adhesive on here. And this will just go right in the center. So this is a light version for Christmas, pinks and blues, with a little bit of Poppy Parade in there. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my card base. Making sure that fold is on top as I already did the inside. Oops, that would have been upside down. So if you put the inside on first, make sure it's on the right spot. I almost did it wrong. So you want the fold on the top and make sure your inside's right side up. There we go. Then I'll grab the ornament that I stamped, the ornament piece with the greeting. This is a piece of Poppy Parade that is 3 3/8 by 2 1/8. I did the 1/8 sizes because I just wanted a narrow border. This looks kind of plain just being white. You could definitely just do it with the white without a frame, but I wanted to have a little bit of Poppy Parade going around it. I just didn't want it too thick. So whenever you just go up 1/8 of an inch, this is going a 1/4 inch difference for that border for a 1/8 inch difference in sizes. You get a nice little narrow border like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the center of the embossed layer, like so. Okay. And don't look at the lines of the embossing folder because, like I said, those are not perfectly straight. They're not supposed to be. Got that ready. I'm going to bring in my ornament, get my silicone mat back out here because I'm going to put some adhesive on this topper. And this will just go right on top of the ornament. What you want to do is cover up the white strip that's at the top. You can see there's a white border around the ornaments. But I'll have the first color that's showing, I make sure a little bit of it is still showing because you don't want it to just be right on that very little bitty edge because that'll fall off. Now I'm going to put this on with dimensionals, so I'm going to turn it around. Do what we did before. And I even put a little bit of the dimensional on the ornament topper because that'll hold it on even better. Take your pick tool. And then I'm going to put this right over here. So I am covering up some of those ornaments, but I still like them showing on either side. So that's why I went ahead and stamped them all the way across. It's a little easier too, since it's already got 3 ornaments on that stamp. Put that there. I'm going to grab another 8-inch piece. I really like the look of that bow on that last ornament. So I did it on this one too. So I'm going to start on the left side since I'm right-handed. Do my little loop. Well, here, let me go a little closer to the edge. That's how close to my tail is there on the left, that short. And I've got this long one over here. Do my little loop around here, around my finger, and then I bring it out. It's all lopsided, but I can fix it. Just bringing my tails down, making my loops smaller. And you see how that's kind of twisted a little bit? I'm going to untwist it and then kind of make it smaller. Sometimes that works. Not always, but sometimes it works. It did this time. Good. I don't want a really long loop. That's going to go there. Where did I put my, oh, there they are. There are my glue dots. Do the same thing. I'm just going to put the knot right on the glue dot. And you want to squeeze it down so it gets inside that, baker's twine goes inside that glue dot. If you just tap it on, it's going to fall off. And I've already squeezed that glue dot to make it skinny. Put it right here. I put it right below the opening of that topper, so it's on the gold foil. I did that with the first card too. I like the long tails, but I think that's a little bit too long. I actually made those kind of even. I'm going to cut off a little bit, but I still like them to be in a little long. There we go. Almost done with this one. Now I just need to put the peppermints on because I wanted to put peppermints on this one too. I'm going to grab just the small ones this time. I thought this, oh, I forgot to stamp these ornaments. Well, I will show you what I did before. Might be able to do that now, but probably not now that they're on the cards. I knew I was forgetting something. These ornaments look fine the way they are, but they've got little border stamps inside the kit, and you can add more lines to it. And I totally forgot to do that, but I will do it on the stockings, and then you'll know what I mean. And if you look on the blog post that I'll put up either tomorrow or Saturday, you'll see how I stamped little lines across them. But they're these little yellow space, really light yellow space, probably more like cream, very vanilla. And you can stamp a little border right across there in Poppy Parade to add a little more color. So that is the last card. Actually, let me just grab this one so you can see the difference. It just brings, I did the little loop-de-loop border, and one's got little asterisks on it. And that's what it looks like without. Whichever one that you like better. So what I'll do, show both pictures in the post. That way everybody can pick which one they like better. And then I can bring this one in. And that's the same thing. I did different borders on those, but there's the one on the left's the one I did with the borders, and the one on the right's the one I just did. I forgot to do that. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I'm glad you liked the card. Thank you. Thanks, Melissa. Thanks, Becky. Okay, I'm going to go put these to the side. Now I've got some ideas for you for the stockings. Let's see, which one do I want to do first? Let's do stamping. Now, I've already started this because this was going to take forever. I mean, it's easy to do, but it's a lot of repetitive. I mean, stamping, and I didn't want to keep doing it over and over and over again for you guys. I don't know if I need to have the Stampin' Pierce mat on this, but I think it probably does help a little bit. So what I used the swirly border. I used this one here. Let's see. Well, it's actually the one that stamps these little diamond designs. And I'm going to use the asterisk. I need to clean that off again. Take the pool party off, because this time I'm going to use, there we go. So what I did, I started here at the top. I first did this one right here. So I went, you can, I don't know if you can tell. Oh yeah, you can. You can see where the, the lines that they put on here, because this top is going to be folded down. I started at the bottom, maybe up a little bit higher of where I saw the striped design on the inside of the stocking, and did a little diagonal. Then I did this one, started at the bottom of the stripes and went across here. And then there was still a little bit too much just plain here. So I did another little one here. So when I fold this down, this will all be covered up. So it'll look right. But that's how I started. Went across here, then I did a couple up here to fill that in. And then I started going down here. And then I'll show you how I keep going. So I did my stars last. So I need to do the line again. So I'm doing the squiggly line between each design. So I'm doing my Poppy Parade. And I'm just lining it up. And it's okay if you stamp on the sewn part, because you're not going to be able to see it. I would rather go a little bit on the sewn part and not have a little gap there. So I've got that line there. Some more ink here. Just keep lining it up. Now I'm going to go to the end of that last line, and then I'm angling it so it's all lined up with the bottom of those asterisks. And this one's a little wider, so I'm going to have to do it 3. The other ones, I only had to do it twice to get all the way across. But now that I'm getting down to the foot, it takes a little more. So I did the stars, so now I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to put it right underneath my curly line. And I do hold it down for a few seconds to get that ink, very few seconds, maybe 1 or 2. So that way the ink can soak in there. But these are made to be stamped on, that you can stamp on them. So I've got that. Now it's time to do the squiggly lines again. So now I'll just go at the bottom here. So it's really easy to do, and you can see why I did some of it ahead of time, because it'd get a little boring watching me do this repetitive over and over and over again. Now I'm going to grab the asterisk, because that's what's next. I may not have to do it. This might be the last. Well, when I get to the foot, I might need to add a little something. But I am going all the way to the bottom, still staying underneath the squiggly line. So always make sure the top of the asterisk is lined up with the bottom of the squiggly line. I've got a little bit there. I might try it, but I bet you I don't even need anything down there. Oh, I just see a couple little loops. I probably could have stopped. But there we go. Now that is all done. I could do the other side. You could definitely do the other side if you want to. I'm not going to worry about it. But you could definitely do both sides, so that way they all look the same. And then after you've got it stamped, you fold this down. So you have a nice little cuff. And now you can't see the top of those. Okay. So that is ready to go. So that's one way that you can dress up the stockings. Oh, Becky said she would have never thought to stamp on them. Yep, I thought I'd try it, and it worked. So I'm like, yay. I figured they'd probably make them so we could stamp on them. There is a little bit of a texture to them. It's kind of like, I would say it's linen. It's like linen. So, I got a lot of red on me here. Oh, I bet that came off the stocking. So do let it dry a little bit, because you can tell I got a little bit of ink on my hands just then. It didn't smear it. But my other ones, I can tell these are not smearing at all. So it just needs to dry for a few seconds, for a couple minutes probably, because it doesn't take long at all. Okay, I'm going to make a tag on it. I'm going to grab a pool party one. And then the ornament I want to put on this one. Let's see. I think I'm going to grab this one. This is a long one. This is actually not the one I put on my original. I want to use some of these up and get a topper. And these come in here. So they're little safety clips. And that's how I'm going to put the tag onto the stocking. So actually everything here that I've used came from the kit. I did use my Big Poppy Parade, but you could definitely do this with the Stampin' Spot that's in there. So I'm going to take this one here. Actually, let me think here. What do I want to do next? I have not used. Let's see, will that work? Because this one's a longer one. Oh, yeah, that'll work. This one says sending lots of cheer. I haven't used this one yet. I've used all the other sentiments on my other, you haven't seen me use all of them here tonight, but on my other 2 stockings and the cards, I've used all the sentiments on it, because there are quite a few sentiments in this stamp set. So I've got that. I think I want, let's see, which way do I like that? Well, let's put the ornament together first. That way I can tell which way I want to put these. Oh, good, Lynn. I'm glad you like that idea, stamping them. And Julie, too. I'm glad you like that. Okay, so I've got my adhesive on there. Put this on top. With this one, I'm just making sure it's right above that first line. Which way do I like that? I think I like it. Yes, because this is going to cover up the hole a little too much. So I'm going to make it go this direction. So I'm going to lay it down for right now. And let's see, which do I want? I figure if I want those, or if I want, let's do asterisks. So I'm just going to do one right here and one up here near the hole. I think that's all I need. Yeah, I think if I put more on there, it'd be too much. So I'm going to do that. And you can just put these on with adhesive. I'm going to use dimensionals again. My originals, I just put them on with adhesive, and I'll show you those. Because to be honest, I didn't know there were dimensionals in this kit until I got all these done. I thought, oh, wait a minute, there's some dimensionals right there. I didn't see them. So they must have had them put the ornaments on with the dimensionals in the kit. So I thought I'm going to do that on the ones here tonight, because I think I like it better with them popped up a little bit. So I'll just angle that. It's okay if I cover up the asterisk a little bit. It's just more of a design so that tag doesn't look real plain. Now I'm going to bring this in. Just open up like a safety pin. I'm going to put it in here. You can do it whichever way you want. You could stick it through here first, but I think it's easier to put it through the tag. And I'm going to go down just a little bit. Bring it up. So I only thread it through the stocking once. You might want to do more if you want to, but you want to make sure that fat area of the safety pin is at the bottom. Oh, and I forgot something. I can still fix this though. I'm going to turn this upside down. There is, I know that this is still the top because the hole's up there. There is a nice to and from stamp. So if you're like me and you forgot to stamp that on the back of the tag, you can still do it after it's on the stocking. There, oops, except I had too much ink on there. That's okay. But there's the to and from. The next one will look better. At least that's, so there we go. So there is the first one. I just think that stamp in the stocking makes it look even better. So this is actually similar to what they said to do in the kit. I just dressed up the stocking a little bit. Okay, now here's something you probably haven't thought of either. And I'm going to use a different embossing folder than I did with my first one. And then I'll show you both of them. I think this next one's probably going to show up a little better than because what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to emboss the stocking. Let me get all of this stuff out of the way. I'm going to use the Forever Plaid again. I'm going to use the same sandwich. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this. I'm not going to fold it yet. With this one, I bet I could probably do the whole stocking. But I would definitely put the feet down here where the fold is at first, the foot part. And whatever doesn't get embossed up here is okay. Actually, I don't want, that's right. I do want to bring this down a little bit. I don't want to emboss the stripes. So the very bottom of the stripes, I want to make sure are above. This is actually the bottom, so let me turn this around. I want the lines to be a little bit above the black line there. Put this in. Put the specialty plate on top. Run this through. It's a little bit more of a pop. It's really not, it's not hard. To me, it didn't feel any harder putting it through, but I'm sure it's thicker. So that's probably why it made that popping noise. Oh, Marlene, I just saw your name pop up and you won last week's card. Oh, right here. So you won last week's replay, the second door prize. So I've got your address. So I'll go ahead and mail that out to you in a few days. But congratulations. I just saw your name pop up. So I don't hope, oh yeah, you can see that. I think I like this better. But I'll show you the other one here too. This one's with the plaid. I think it shows up a lot better. It's a little more pronounced. But yes, this is going to be a little opposite here on the back, but they're not going to be able to tell. So it embosses both sides. And then I can go ahead and just fold this. And this goes super fast because I didn't have to stamp anything. So now it looks more like material because it's got some texture to it. So there we go. It looks a little, well, you can see it pretty good. It looks really good in person. It's not real pronounced, but it looks good. Okay, so I'm going to grab this time I'm going to use a Flirty Flamingo tag. I'm going to grab this. Now, this is one ornament I have not used yet. Or yes, I have. No, I haven't. I'm looking at my other stocking. Yeah, so I want to make sure I did one of these. At this time, I forgot to stamp that. I'm having trouble remembering to stamp those ornaments. I'm going to do it on this one. So I've got an ornament, a topper, and one of the safety pins. So you're finally going to see one of these stamped. I can't believe I forgot that again. I get on a roll and forget. Now this one, I thought it looked better because they're both a little wider. I'm going to just do the squiggly lines. I'm going to grab that. I could still use, here, let me show you what the other borders are that you can choose from. I can stamp them on my grid paper. This one, those are just dashes. Well, I kind of did that a little too hard. You can see they're just little lines, long line, short dot, short line, dot, line, dot. This one, well, this one I think you might have seen when I showed the other card. This one does some little asterisks and dots. So those are the two I'm not using right now, but those are the other two borders you can choose from. Then my squiggly lines, I'm going to bring this in, ink this up with the Poppy Parade, get that centered. There we go. That one's a little narrower, so that one I probably could have done a thinner one. This one's thicker, so the squirrels will fit perfectly. There we go. So that's it, just adds a little more color to the ornament. All righty. And all Paper Pumpkin Kit stamp sets are the photopolymer, the clear ones. They do that on purpose so you can see what you're doing when you're stamping on tags and things like that. So bring this in. Oh, hi, Becky. Glad you could come. Now I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this topper again. Where did I put? There it is. This will go right here. Okay. And this time I'm going to kind of angle this one. Let's see, which one do I want to use now? I think I'm going to do Filled with Joy. This one's kind of is a smaller one, so I'm going to put it over to the side rather than right in the center, like I did with the last one. You can do whatever you want to do. So I'm use my Poppy Parade again. So with the stockings, I'm just using the color that comes in the kit, the Stampin' Spot. Then I'm going to grab, this one's got more of the diamond type look. I'm going to hold this one. Yeah, so I'm just going to do one up in this corner up here because I'm going to angle it a little different. And then I'll put one down here. Put that on. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Or actually, I think I want to go this way. There we go. I could actually put another little one. Yeah, put a little bit right there. Oop, I should have kept that. That's going to stay wet. I'll get that ink off later. That's better. Okay. So put dimensionals on this again to turn it over. So you can decorate these tags any way you want. If you wanted to use those peppermints again, you could definitely do that, but I decided just to use what was in the kit for the stockings. Scoop those backings off. Angling this one like that. Grab my safety pin. Yeah, doesn't that look neat, Michelle? I like them better when they're stamped too. I wish I hadn't kept forgetting that. But I will show you my originals on the stockings too, because they're just a little bit different. So I'm going to do it exactly the same way. I'm going to go down just a little bit. Go through both layers and then pop that up. Well, there we go. And there's that one all embossed. So let me get all of these stamps out of the way because I don't want to get ink on my stockings here. So these are the two that I made here tonight. And then, oops, this was the one I did. Oops, get it down here. I want to get that down on the fat area. There we go. So there is that one with that's stamped. And then this one is I embossed it a little different. Yeah, you can see that a little bit. There's a new embossing folder, Modern Herringbone. It's in the online exclusives. And that was what I used for this one. So I thought that was another good one, but it's a lot fainter. Let me show you the difference. You can still see it in person. It's not showing up as well in the video, but you can tell the plaid one shows up just a little bit better. But those are two different designs I thought looked really good. So those are the stockings. And then these are the cards I made with the kit. This is the one where I stamped the borders, the ones where I forgot. And then here are the two cards, the ornament that was stamped with the designs, and this one that wasn't. Okay, let's see. Oh, we got done really quick with that. I had a feeling tonight would go fast since I didn't have to do a lot of stamping. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's see, Michelle, really make the stamp. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I already commented on that. Yep, I agree. I think I would definitely stamp the ornaments, just so don't forget like I did. I got to talking and totally forgot that part because I definitely think if you like the subtle look, don't stamp on it, but I think it just adds a little more color, and I just think it looks a lot better. And that's exactly what they did in the kit, too, so I didn't come up with that idea. It really makes some pop, I agree. Okay. Oh, hi, Becky. I just saw you say hello. I'm glad you're here. So what I'm going to do, I'll go over the door prize, and then I'll go over thank you notes again, thank you gifts again, I mean, and also Paper Pumpkin, because I don't want you to miss out. If you liked getting these alternatives and you're like, boy, I wish I gotten that kit, you'll want to make sure you subscribe. You can find that subscribe button to Paper Pumpkin down in the video description on YouTube, and just click the subscribe to Paper Pumpkin link under the Learn More button. Just click on that Learn More button to get that. And I'll have alternatives next, well, hopefully December. We'll see. It depends on when I get the kit. Sometimes in Indiana, we get the kit a little late because I just got this a couple days ago. So it might come right before Christmas. And I don't think I won't be doing, definitely won't be doing one the week of Christmas. I'm thinking I'm taking the week before that off too, doing them. So I might have to wait till January when I start up again to do the December kit. But don't worry, I'll make sure we do I'll do alternatives for that one too, because it looks gorgeous. I can't wait to get it. Okay. Oh, thanks, Kathy. I'm glad you liked them. And oh, thanks, Christy. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to make sure I give away the door prizes are going to be my originals where they're stamped because they look a lot better. So let's see. I might as well go ahead and do the first one here tonight. For the door prize, this one here will be the one for the replay, and so that'll be announced in live after Thanksgiving. So tonight, if you do if you live in the United States and we want to be part of the door prize, I'll mail this card out to you if your name's drawn, and make sure you do hashtag door prize. Let me get that up quick. So type it in just like you see on the screen. So if you've already done it here in the video, you are set. Don't worry about doing it again. But if you haven't done it yet, if you came in late, if you live in the United States and want to get in the drawing to get this card, make sure you comment hashtag door prize. They're all small letters, one word, and make sure you get the hashtag right before there. So type it just like you're seeing there on the screen. That way the program will pick up your comment and put your name in the drawing. And then if you're watching the replay, everybody does the hashtag door prize during that watches the replay and the live. So those of you watching here tonight are still going to get in the drawing for this one too. You get two chances to get a door prize watching live. You'll get put in drawing for this, and I'll announce the winner for this will be December 5th is when that'll happen. That's the Thursday after Thanksgiving. Okay, so go ahead and start putting your hashtag door prizes in if you haven't already. I'm going to tell you about the thank you gifts one more time, especially for those that haven't didn't watch the beginning. If you place the way my thank you gifts work, you place orders throughout the month. If the order is under $150 before shipping and tax, you have to use a host code. I can't do both of these at the same time, so I'm going to show my ticker. I haven't shown that at all tonight. And you'll see the host code here in just a second. You'll see it again here later too. But if you forget the host code, just click on the thank you gifts link down in the video description on YouTube. The Learn More button, it also says My Monthly Thank You Gifts. Click on that one, and you'll be able to get all the information there. So individual orders, $150 or less, use that host code. If it's over $150 before shipping and tax, or $150 and over, make sure you don't use that host code. If you have it in your cart, take it off, because you put the host code in on the shopping cart screen. But you can delete it if it's already there. Just hit the trash can icon next to it, and that'll remove it. So it's $150 or more before shipping and tax. You will get the Stampin' rewards plus any of my thank you gifts that you earn. So I want to make sure I explain that quick. But if your grand total on December 1st, when I total up all the orders that you've placed before shipping and tax, comes to $50, at least $50, you will get the card kits to make 2 each of these cards. I'll do all the embossing for you, and any die cutting that need to be done, because this was just, oops, that's not the right card. Where did my other card go? Oh, well, you can see it. If you click on my thank you gifts. Oh, that's weird. I know I've got that card over here somewhere. Oh, well, the other one had a nice, cute little village. I can't believe I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. I knew I had it over here. There we go. So you get enough to make 2 of each. And the die cutting with these labels, I did in the circle here, I did for you in the kits. So there are those. And I also give you enough embellishments, because I use the iridescent foil gems. So you get those. They'll be put in one of the card kits, and all of these are the ones that you use for the cards. If you do a total of $125 before shipping and tax, you'll also get the Wink of Stella, a brand new one. And if you do a total of $275 in November, you will also get the peppermints. And I've got 6 left of these. They're out of stock till Christmas. So this is a way you can get them if you want to get them before Christmas. So it's a $275 total in November. I know we've only got a little over a week. But sometimes people will save up their money and do a great big order. That way they get their Stampin' rewards. So a $275 order, you would get you get $27.50 worth of Stampin' rewards from Stampin' Up. Plus you'll get all my kits. So that's just something to consider. Just click that My Monthly Thank You cards, not cards, my monthly thank you card gifts. There we go. I'm getting at the end. Whenever I get at the end, I get tongue tied. But click on that thank you gifts page, and you'll get all the information there. And if you're watching a replay of this, and it's after November 30th, you'll see what I'm offering for free for whatever month that you're watching this video, if you click on that thank you gifts link. Okay. Now, I think everybody's got their door prize in. I always go over that so that way we've got time. So it's going to be for this card here. Let me take that ticker down. Let's see here. Hide. We don't need to do the door prize anymore, so I'll put the host code back down in case you wanted to write that down. So I'm going to get this ready. Yep, I think everybody's done. I haven't seen one pop up for a while. So let me get ready for the raffle here. Get my Post-it notes back out. There we go. And ready, set, go. Well, I thought I hit crowd cheering. Well, I meant to do crowd cheering. Congratulations, Marie, and you just put that in. My goodness, I don't think I've seen that happen before. She just put her door prize in. Congratulations. Let me get your name on here. Now, I know you've watched before, but I don't think I have your address. Now, if you've ordered from me before, I do, but I'm pretty sure you haven't won before. So if you could, let's see, you're watching on YouTube. So what you want to do is look down in the video description, and click on that contact me link, and that will send an email to me and give me your mailing address, and I'll get the card mailed out to you. So make sure you do that. Congratulations, Marie. I'm sure you're still on since you just put it down. So congratulations. So we hide that. Got too many screens have to pop up. There we go. So congratulations, Marie. Come back to me now. Get this camera back. There we go. Congratulations. Okay. So that is a wrap for tonight. I hope you enjoyed my paper pumpkin alternatives. Like I said, I struggled with this one, but I was happy when I got done with them. I'm glad they turned out okay. Oh, you have one before, Marie? Okay, I must have your address then. You know what? While we're on here, I can actually check that really quick. I do believe, because I will know if I've got it. Well, if I can get the Excel sheet to pop up. I sure do. I've got your address, so you are all set. I always save addresses so people don't have to keep giving me their address all the time. So you are all set. Okay. So I hope you guys all have a great Thanksgiving. I've heard they're predicting it's a week out, so hopefully they got it wrong. I can't remember where, but I know there's some places are supposed to get a nice, good snowstorm at Thanksgiving. So hopefully everybody will have nice weather so you can get to wherever you're going for Thanksgiving so you can have some fun. Enjoy the whole weekend, and I will see you December 5th. And we'll have a couple, probably 2 or 3 more lives before Christmas, at least 2 more before Christmas. So I will see you guys later. Bye. And don't forget, you can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. You can get that information in the links that I told you about. Okay, bye.